Well, friends, I've been out here this morning digging the dirt away from the house, and there's still quite a bit up against that wood, and some of the wood on the very bottom is kind of getting rotty. So I'm thinking that at least the bottom 3 or 4 feet needs to be replaced. Of course, that'll be a process because first I have to get in that bedroom so I can take down all of the trim work and everything around the window and pull the window out. And that way we can see what's going on, if it's into the framework or if it's just the outside. And then I have a real major concern. This is a gas line. It's the only one I have left because my water heater once upon a time sat in a little closet right here next to the bathroom. And when they moved the water heater to the back porch, they just came up and above ground, under the eaves, around the corner, and into the ceiling of the back porch, which is all fun and good. But this pipe right here is not looking real hot. So I'm thinking it's gonna need to be replaced. So I've actually been contemplating several scenarios. One of those scenarios, because I still don't have gas to the kitchen stove, because this pipe is too little to run the water heater and the stove at the same time, so they couldn't run off the same little pipe. And so what I'm thinking is the gas meter is right there behind that pile of tarps and junk, and just come and dig up the old pipe from the meter all the way down, and by where it comes up out of the ground, instead just keep it under the ground at least to this corner. And then if we wanted to, we could come up and join it in there, and that would go to the water heater on the back porch. And then I could continue the big line this way and then down this way beside the house and around the far corner to the stove. Of course, that's a lot of stinking digging and a lot of work, and I'm not sure how much that would cost. I know if I dig the trenches and have it all ready, that it won't cost nearly as much as if the guys do everything. So yeah, we will be thinking on that, because that pipe is kind of getting scary. Just one more thing. Just one more thing. It's taller than me. See? Taller than me. Okay, just working along, picking up trash, pulling weeds out of this side of the garden. I got the girls some more mallow from that back garden. What I brought them this morning was a little drier and starting to kind of dry out and get crispy, and they weren't as enthusiastic about it, but boy, they're chowing on this batch. Alright, just kind of messing around out here, stacking up pots, sorting out sizes. I don't want to cut down this last patch of mallow to feed to the goats until tomorrow, because they've already had a good amount today. But I was looking at this and I'm like, oh wow, that's a big old radish plant right there. That's a radish. Pretty sure that's a radish, even if it's not a little fuzzy. And then I felt around the base of it, and it's got a huge root in there. I don't think you can really see it, so let's see this thing. Holy moly. Yep, that's a black Spanish radish. Cool. I will have to wash that off and take that in the house. I think there's another one over there, but I don't think it's very big. Nope. These radishes are, because our weather was so wonky. We're so hot and dry and everything, so. But this one is really awesome. I'll have to keep my eyes out for more. Alrighty, I decided I had to come in and give this radish a taste before I do more stuff. So, that's a thick black skin and white meat. It's getting a little bit tough, probably because we had gotten kind of dry, but maybe it's just the skin is tough. Pretty spicy. A lot spicier than some of the little red radishes. I'm thinking because we've been so warm and it looked like it maybe was trying to get ready to make seeds. But I think peeled and maybe sauteed, it would probably be really good. Or dropped in a soup. Because the skin does seem to be kind of rough and a little on the thick side. So I still taste the spicy. It was not super juicy like smaller little red radishes or French breakfast or something is. But again, very possible it's our wonky weather more than anything. I might have to grow some more of these guys. I think I have some more seeds for them. So maybe in the fall. That's when I want to grow these bigger radishes, is towards the fall, because they will keep a long time in the ground. And plant all your little short, 4 to 6 week radishes in the spring. And just keep them real well watered and as cool as you can for a good flavor. But that's pretty different. I am wondering if it was normally used more as a storage vegetable, as for soups or roasting or something like that. So, where'd you go? One of my Nankin cherry bushes is almost in full bloom. These are little sour cherries with a big seed in them. But they start making ripe fruit about the time it gets really hot in the summer, so it's really nice, especially with lemonade. But the bees are out like crazy because there hasn't been much for them to eat. Morning, friends. It's Sunday. I'm slightly overrun with eggs. Yeah, like we are running out of space in the refrigerator. Y'all need to eat more eggs. I would love to have my oven working, because if I did, I would make a bunch of quiche and bake them, cut them into pieces, leave them in their pan, seal them with some cling seal stuff, and then put them in bigger bags, whole thing. Because then I could take one out and just stick it in the fridge and just eat it over a couple of days. but no gas to the stove. And that's a whole nother issue that's coming up. It's like, so, anyway, most of the eggs put away, well, except for like, I have trays of eggs that are too small, and then I still have buckets of duck eggs, sitting here because I ran out of cartons. Yeah. Been a little crazy. So, so what's on today's agenda? Well, I probably need to go out and muck some more dirt away from the side of the house. I also really need to get on moving the dog because I'm running out of time before we have babies. And the goats are just absolutely going to need more space. So that's another whole thing to work on. Yeah. Alrighty, working out here some more right behind the house. The ultimate goal will be to get all the dirt away from the bottom of the house, and then to also slope the ground away from the house so that it will be deeper here next to this wall than over at the bottom of the house. That's gonna take a lot more digging. What you doing for the cat? Did you come to help dig? Huh? Did you come to help dig? Yeah? Yeah? Well, got a little more done. That's probably about as much as my back and my hip are gonna handle today. So I think we'll go in and have a cup of coffee and a sit down and think of what's next. Alrighty. I ran and got some feed, went to the store. La la la. And so we're gonna come back out here and do some more digging. I might not tackle this area just yet because that big old stump, and I know there are gas and water lines and sewer lines in here, so that will have to be real careful. But I can get the rest of that dirt down that way out of the way. Okay, let's go. We gotta go feed these boys. I think they're starving. So, I spent the afternoon helping my friend John that helped me with the kitchen roof because he's stuck at the Circle K in his car. He could start it, but he couldn't get the steering wheel to unlock. And he was on his way to estimate a job for a lady that I turned him on to, so I went and rescued him. And after we got done with the estimate and all that stuff and some other errands, we went back and managed to get the steering wheel to unlock, and he got home. So now he's just got to work on, it's like a really old car, not in bad shape, but real old, and the keys kind of wore out, so he's got to work on that. And so I'm getting chores done a little bit late, but we're getting there. Do you remember back in the summer and the fall when I was trying to get stuff to grow out here under this peach tree? Well, it looks like we finally got some things. Cool. So that is an annual clover going to seed. This is probably more, but it might also be alfalfa or a different kind of clover. But look there, there's some little Johnny jump ups. 2 or 3 of them. Yeah, aren't those cool? You can eat those flowers. They taste like flowers, actually. Not sure what that is. That's a carrot or something else. This is catnip. I'm not for sure what this is. Maybe echinacea, maybe a black-eyed Susan. I'm not for sure. Not sure what these little ferny bits are. Let's see if they smell like parsley. Not really. Don't taste like much either. What else is hiding out here? I think that's another little viola. These are white horehound. That is a traditional cough remedy made into tea, syrup, or candies. You've all heard of horehound candy, I'm sure. I am not for sure what that is. Because, you know, I had thrown out just a bazillion seeds of all kinds and mixes and mixtures. That is probably a baby peach tree. We might dig that up and move it later. Yeah, so there's some more catnip. That should be white clover. Not for sure what these guys are. Yeah, just all kinds of things that I'm not 100% sure what they are. Now this is our wild mustard. What are you? Now this right here, this is henbit, but I don't know for sure the name of this one. Yeah. Lots of leaves and greenery and things that I am not recognizing yet. Once they bloom, I will probably recognize more. This, of course, is a hollyhock. These big fat leaves. And this is a clump of hollyhocks. There's some more catnip over there and a dandelion. Some more clover. Yeah, so how fun. How fun. So we got at least two kinds of clover. The little white clover, and then which I think is a perennial. And then I have our yellow flowered annual clover, which grows around here quite a bit. And just, oh, and look right there. Do you see the little nasturtium popping up? That's cool. Yeah. So, this ground is really pretty dry on top, so it probably needs a good drink of water. We are supposed to get some rain tomorrow, and if it's not much or doesn't materialize, I'll try to remember to run the sprinkler up here. But that's making me happy. What I'm not happy about is I never got up here and got this peach tree pruned and thinned out like I intended. And now it's blooming, so we'll just let it go another season. See what it does. We got 7 weeks until we see how many babies are in this ginormous belly. Yes, I'm talking about your baby belly. Yes, I am. And you've already had all your snacks. You had all your grain. Yeah, all your treats. Oh, girlfriend. Yeah. 7 weeks to go, sister. Yeah, she's still looking for things to eat. Alright, friends, it's Monday afternoon. Worked my part-time job, came home, had a snack. I mucked a little bit in the big chicken coop. I need to do so much more in there, but it's time to feed some goats. What are you doing? Hi, Etsy. What are you doing? What you doing, Bambi? Alrighty. Your hay rack has a lot of hay in it. I know, it's all the stemmy stuff you don't want to eat, isn't it? Isn't it? It's all that stems you don't want, huh? You're so funny. You lost a tooth. Did you break a tooth? Or it didn't come in or something? What's going on there, sister? Oh, dang. I was talking and as usual, I forgot to hit record. I don't know if you noticed, but Ezzy's got 4 teeth in the front and then one more on the side, but doesn't have one to match on the other side. And usually goats grow a pair of teeth on the sides every year for so many years. But I don't know if she's lost it, if it just hasn't come in on that side, if she broke it off on something, I don't know. But she's so big and pregnant and everything, I don't want to like stress her out wrestling her around just to look at her tooth if there's no reason to. And it's not swollen or anything, it's not bothering her, so I'm just going to leave it for right now. Well, that was a little bit of crazy pants. It started raining just as Esmeralda finished her snack and went in, and Bambi came to milk, and then all of a sudden the wind is blowing and we had sideways hail about the size of beans up to marbles. And Bambi was a little spooked because some of it was coming in under the edge of the tarp and whacking her in the head. Oh, it's stopped for the moment, though we still have some clouds and things, so it'll probably rain some more here in a little bit. But yeah. You doing, Freya Cat? Freya Cat was hiding under the milk stand during all that. Huh. Yes. Yes, you were. I saw you. Oh, yep. You be nice. You be nice to the cat. I don't know why you just don't like the cat. No, I don't know why. Oh. Bambi does give a good back rub, though. Yes, I know you're just scratching your face, but it feels good on my back sometimes. Yes. Oh, my goodness, girlie. Are you done with your snack? Huh? Or are you trying to talk me into more? You've already had enough. Yeah, you've had enough. Yes. Silly girl. You silly girl. Yes, you silly girl. Okay. All right. Morning, friends. It's Tuesday. We had a little bit of rain overnight. But the original forecast was that it was going to rain a lot today, and that has disappeared off the forecast. So we still have some clouds, but not many. So we'll see what happens and see what we're going to do today. I think what I'm going to do is I have this tray of little lavender seedlings in here, and I think we're going to go pot these guys up. They need more space. Okay, I think I counted 27. I gotta go make labels. This is Munstead lavender. Good morning, friends. It's Tuesday. I'm just trying to get motivated here. I did go out and pot up some lavender seedlings that needed to get out of their soil blocks into pots. I was not motivated last night to do much, and I didn't wash dishes or anything, so there's that. Kind of a mess in here. Oh, I have spider webs again. So I'm trying to get motivated to kind of wipe things down and clean up this kitchen. They are almost done with the roof. They were working last night, yesterday afternoon, evening, And then the thunderstorm rolled in, and they hopped off the roof really quick when the lightning started. But we are mostly done, just a little bit left. And I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired of the mess and the junk and not being able to do anything. So I'm gonna start trying to clean up and get things wiped down, all the dust and dirt and crud, and try to get on with the rest of my life. So the first thing is I need more light in here. I hate this kitchen. I've always hated how dark it is in here. So I have a couple of 4-foot LED shop lights, and we're just gonna hang them up. Well, yay, I got lights, but apparently this fixture has no pull chain or off-on switch. My head is just gonna freaking explode. Okay, I guess I'll have to just find a little cheapy strip to plug that light into that I can turn off and on instead of unplugging and plugging it in all the time. I mean, who makes lights like that? Okay. Whew. So, I've had some phone issues. Long story real short, I've always been part of my daughter's family plan, and there's been some billing issues and things, and we got all whacked out and crazy. And so they had sent me, the kids got me a new phone, and it came with a new phone number. And we have spent the last couple of 3 weeks trying to get it switched back to my old number so I would not have to change all the labels and business cards and all my accounts and things like that. And finally, today, we got it done. But I've been walking around with 2 phones in my hand, watching for messages and things to go places and hit approval, and like my brain's going to explode. But my granddaughter Liberty is very tech savvy, and she's been super helpful. And we got it all situated, and now I'm back on my old phone number. Yay. One less thing off my mind. And so now I can go back to cleaning the kitchen. Okay. So I am trying to wash down the walls and get rid of the spider webs and God knows what else is up here. But I am not right now going to worry about doing any cosmetic stuff. I'm not going to worry about painting or patching this sheetrock or anything like that right now, because I have that gas line outside that does not look like it's in the best shape, and it's my last gas line that goes to the water heater. And I have already been through a few months with no hot water in the water heater. So I do not want to go back there. And that's become the next priority for the house, actually, is getting that line replaced and getting its things situated there. And then once I get that done, then we'll think about, you know, new ceiling and insulation and stuff like that. I will talk to my friend, the electrician, to see you know, if he can come do, redo that circuit. But that's the only other thing I'm going to worry about doing in here right now, besides cleaning, because I really hate not having hot water in the tap. It's a big pain in the butt, especially since we're going to have baby goats here pretty soon and major amounts of milk coming in, you know, 8 weeks or so. And no. So, so y'all gonna have to look at my ugly ceiling for a while longer. Okay. I've wiped down all that side. I washed a bunch of the dishes. I've wiped down over here up to this other cabinet. That's as good as the walls are getting at the moment. I don't know what that is on them, but yeah. I sprayed the outside of the stove with some oven cleaner stuff. Not supposed to have fumes or need gloves, so we're just waiting for that to set up, and then I'll wash that down and put the stove back. All right, friends. Good morning. It's Wednesday. I have got to do something about this junk pile because I really need to make another pen for the dog so I can let the girls have the space he's in now, because we're going to have baby goats in a few weeks and we need more room. So that's what I'm doing this morning. Halfway. There'll be 2 more solid panels, one on each side, and then a gate panel across the end here. So I'm just going to double check where we're going to land out here, because I do need to keep at least a fairly wide spacing between the goat pen and the dog pen in case we need to get any equipment or anything in through here. Alrighty, friends. It's warming up today. I was just checking the weather, and we're gonna be 50 or warmer at night this coming week, and by next weekend, highs in the 90s. Yeah. It's only the second week of March. That's really crazy. Alrighty, I got sidetracked watering out here in this little garden. We got a couple of fig trees, pomegranate, a little mulberry. The oregano's popping up and coming out over there. I might pick some for market this weekend. Got some sweet mint over here. So, and it's getting a little warm. So I'll probably come back to working on this kennel probably Friday morning while it's nice and cool. And I still got to move some more stuff. So extra flats and things, and all of these little plants are going to have to find another home, because there's my line. So everything over that way's got to get moved. So the trick now is to figure out where we're going to put it. Especially all those little plants, because they don't want any of them to get root knot nematodes in them. So I can't just bring them here and set them in this back garden, which was one of my first thoughts, because I just have to assume that all of the soil, all of the ground in this whole garden is contaminated with nematodes. So an alternative might be up on the wall. You can't see the wall there. Yeah. I might could move those things up on the wall, but that would be a little harder to get to water them right now. Bring them out here to the patio, but as you can see, the contractor has not been back in 2 days to pick up the trash. And I don't need them messing around and breaking things or dumping pots or anything. So, I guess that leaves the front yard. Alrighty, friends. I'm trying to work on a water system for that little garden right behind the house. And so I started dragging the pieces and parts out and looking for things. And I want to hook it up right here on this Y. I have a pot of almost boiling water, at least when I poured it in there. So we are going to soak the end of the poly pipe in the really hot water to get it soft, so that it will slide onto this fitting, and hopefully it will work properly and not have a leak. If it springs a leak, I will get the kind that slide into the pipe and then have a pipe clamp. So, are you getting soft there? Oh yeah. So let's see if we can just slide this baby on there. Oh, come on. Oh, it don't want to go. Well, we'll hold it in there a while longer and get it softer. I hate when things are hard to do or complicated. And I already know that I won't have enough of certain parts. Like I couldn't find any of the male ends to put on the ends of the pipes, the poly line at the end of a row. So I'll probably have to get some of those. I haven't double checked yet to see if I have enough little barbs for the 1/4 inch line that will come off of this poly pipe into each pot. I should probably do that this afternoon. Since I have to work tomorrow anyway, then I can go, when I get off work, I can pick up the parts I need, hopefully. All right, come on. Oh, come on. Are you not the right size fitting? Or am I just not strong enough? I know I have done this before, and it's worked. It started to pop in there. Oh no. Okay. It's on there a little ways anyway. would like to see it farther up. I don't think I can get it farther up. Stick the whole thing back in the water and see what happens. Okay, I think I found the trick. It's almost a little too far out there, I think. What I did was I put the whole thing in the water, and then I smashed down against the bottom of the pot. Okay, so that poly pipe comes in over there, and it's going to run right on the end of this bed. So later, when the bed's clear, I can run some quarter-inch drip lines down the bed, and then bring it over here. And I'm contemplating exactly what I need to have. I'm thinking that I probably actually want a tea. Yeah, probably a tea right here. Like, I could cap the end going that way for right now, because that's over on the side. And we could do something over there later. And then had the poly come up and go along this side, and then there'll be drip line coming off the poly into each big pot. So a T there for that, and then it will T from here and come over here. And here I've got a double row, but I only need one line of poly down the middle. So that would be another T. So that's 2 T's. And then come over here. And eventually there'll be another bed along here. So another T on this one. And then it would go over that way and cap. So 1, 2, 3 T's and a cap. Let me go make some notes here. Hello, friends. It is Thursday afternoon, getting a little toasty out here in the sun. Things are drying out a bit. We're gonna work on some of these weeds out here. They still have huge mallow plants, though they are starting to dry out a little bit. But we're gonna cut some more down for the goats. They have been enjoying them, at least as soon as I find my loppers. Because they aren't where I usually put them, right inside the door of the house. Oh, there they are, right there under my nose. Alrighty. I hear Spot's yelling. He wants some. You coming in here to eat, Mamas? Okay. I was just looking. Miss Lovey is growing a little tiny bit of an udder there. Yeah. Can't wait to see what she looks like when she kids. One of the reasons I kept her over her 2 sisters is because she was wider right there at her escutcheon, the top of the udder, and between her hocks, and she had the longest teats. So I am looking forward to see what she looks like when she has her babies. There's Esmeralda. Of course, she's all dried up, and but she has got the softest skin and the fastest and easiest to milk udder of probably any goat I have ever owned in my life. And I just love milking her. So I'm hoping that Love is as easy and nice to milk too. The boys are enjoying their treat too. You liking that, Bashful? Huh? Spot? Yeah. So, looking at the weather forecast, they are predicting that I'm going to be 95 degrees Fahrenheit by this time next week. That's really crazy pants. It is setting all kinds of records. They're predicting that Phoenix, which is about 90 miles west of me, will be 100, which is also breaking records for the first 100-degree day of the year, and stuff like that. It's just crazy pants. But that means that we got to pivot a little bit here, because girls' pen is in full sun over here most of the afternoon. And this area here gets really hot because it doesn't get any shade until really late, like 5 o'clock. So, this part of this week, we're going to spend erecting some shade structures along here in front of where the dog is and in front of where the goats are. And I will continue to work on the new pen for the dog and making sure that it has enough shade. But because none of us are going to do well being hot. Especially not me. I do not tolerate the heat, and it's not so much the air temperature anymore. It is really the sun actually on my skin that really just does me in. So we'll be working on those sorts of things just as much as we'll work on anything else. Good morning, friends. It's Friday. And even though I went to bed early last night, I still slept through several alarms, and I'm kind of late doing chores. But I just finished up. And we're going to be like super hot the end of this coming week. Like 95 degrees, which is totally bizarre for March. And so I want to start getting things really well watered and the ground wet down before that hits us. Right now I'm up here by the big chicken house. Remember all the seeds I tried starting last summer and fall? And we finally got some stuff growing. So this is one of the big mustards. I think it's the Kodiak mustard that is in the ground cover mixes. And so I'm going to actually chop some of this down because they're like 3-4 feet tall and feed that to the chickens, so that I'm going to run the sprinkler up here, and that way it won't be blocking the water from getting further up. And this is my yellow Lady Banks rose, also called a tombstone rose. And it's pretty huge. I never did finish cutting it back over the winter. So, yeah, as soon as it's done blooming, we'll be giving it a good whack. Because I have to duck way under to get along the pathway there. You know, that sprinkler was broken, so I guess we'll have to put sprinklers on the list. So I realized that, yes, I have some things for the farmer's market out here in the garden. So I am bunching up some oregano. And we're going to go look at some a mint called Herba Buena. So, 3. And so, and then, my friend, the ag teacher, he has a bunch of dill he's going to cut and bring to me to take to the market for him. So I just have about 7 stems of oregano, and we're just going to put a little rubber band on them. And I have some empty yogurt cups that I stick them in, and then we'll put water in it when we get in the house. So, and anything that I don't sell, I can bring home and either feed to chickens or dry for later. Let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's find another big thick one. So this patch of oregano is growing really good. I might not have enough rubber bands out here with me. I'll have to maybe grab some more, or just cut things and then bunch them in the house. So anyway, a nice little bunch of herbs for $1. Right, coming to the Superior Farmers Market tomorrow, March 14th, a couple of bunches of curly kale, some red mustard, and some fresh cut herbs. I have some oregano, rosemary, and herba buena, the sweet mint. And we may have some dill from a friend of mine. Hi, friends. So, we're gonna make some iced coffee. I've been out and done some stuff and run to the feed store, go to unload the car. If I have time and energy, I need to go back and pick up a stack of pallets so I can work on that new pin for digger. In the meantime, I did grab the parts I needed to finish the irrigation system in the back garden, and I would really like to get that done today. But it's already getting a little bit late, man. Yeah. So I don't know how much I'm gonna manage to get done today. We'll see. Remember, friends, if you're doing these press-on sorts of fittings for your irrigation system, a pot of almost boiling water is your best friend. You just stick the hose in there for a minute, and it is going to go on really easy. So like that's been sitting there for a minute in the hot water, and it just goes right in. Just wiggle it around a little bit, and ta-da! Though I think I might not have enough length of hose here. We might have miscalculated something. Okay, I don't know how long it's taken me, but way too stinking long to get just 4 drip lines done, because I'm having a horrible time getting the little barb connectors into the tubing, because it's not making a clean hole. So I'm gonna go buy a new hole punch and see if that helps. I went and got the last hole puncher there was. So we're gonna see if this is gonna work any better and make a cleaner hole that's easier to get the little things into. So we'll try this out. Alrighty, I got 2 more done in way less time than it was taking me before. That new cutter is making a much better hole. Oh, hay strings are not food. Neither is shade cloth. Lordy, you girls are... Ow, that was my foot. Can I get your hair? Bambi, quit. Y'all are making this very difficult. It should be an easy job, but there's too much help around here. Okay, let's see if we can actually get something accomplished here. was thinking up here. No. Oh, crap. Oh. Hey! God, they moved the whole wall. Jeez. You girls are something else. Ezzy, you are getting so mean. Honey, get down. Get down. You are not helping at all. No, do not eat the hay thing. No, no. Don't eat the shade pots either. Y'all are fine. Hey, somebody's got some cud breath around here. Whew, is that you, Cinnamon? That was stinky. Was that you, honey? Huh? Well, I was hoping a little bit. So you can see that corner over there, it's got a lot of nice shade there, and that helped shade into the little shelter a fair amount. There's still some direct sun, but not as much as there was. This side, well, there's a lot of direct sun down here, but the top part is shaded, so the hay fat feeder shouldn't get as hot as it has been. What? What? Yeah? What? Oh. Oh. What? Huh? Oh. You're a moose. Yes, you are. Did you eat all your snacks? Huh? Did you eat all your snacks? Huh? Did you? Did you eat all your snacks? Huh? Yep. Yep. Oh, is that the itchy spot? Oh, that's the itchy spot. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's the itchy spot. Oh, okay, well, trying to think what, I don't think I filmed a whole bunch this afternoon. And I didn't do half the things I had originally planned on doing. That irrigation system just drove me crazy. I'm not anywhere near done with it. I got 3 more lines. I think that means 30 something connectors and pieces of drip tube to put in for the rest of the big tubs on the 5-gallon buckets that are in there. But otherwise, I mean, all the pieces and parts are there. We just gotta do all the work to get it all connected. Oh my goodness, sister. You're just crazy tonight. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are just being crazy tonight. Yes. Everybody has the itchies because it's spring and everybody's shedding. Yes. And yes. Oh, is that the spot? Is that the spot? Oh, oh gee, thanks for the good breath. Oh. Anyway, y'all have a good weekend and a good week next week, and we'll see y'all next time. You're just being crazy, girl. Yeah, right there. Huh? Oh, you're too funny.